You know, when we think of college assignments, we probably figure it involves books and essays.
But for some local college students, a criminal investigations class meant doing some detective work on their own.
Students at Concordia University in Ann Arbor were assigned to dig into the Chelsea Small cold case who was killed some 5 years ago in Taylor.
7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash shows us what they came up with and what police are saying about it.
This is the case file for the Chelsea Small murder investigation. There is a lot of information here, but police are still looking for that big break. November 12, 2013 was supposed to be Chelsea Small's day off. It ended up being her last day on Earth. She had switched with a coworker at Advance America in Taylor so she could be there for her son's 5th birthday a few days earlier. But around noon, her life ended when this man walked in with a gun. She hit the panic button, but he shot her twice.
With no closure, it really makes it difficult dealing with the emotions that, arise every day.
5 years later, this grainy video of her killer is still the one big clue that police have. They say his gun had a suppressor or silencer. Some money was stolen, but police don't think robbery was the motive.
It doesn't take the time to ask where the money's at or ask her anything at all. It's just basically right to shooting her. It just leads me to believe that they, went there with the purpose of killing.
Detective Joshua Schneider was a road officer when Chelsea was murdered. Now he's in charge of the case.
We're still receiving leads, we're still receiving information, and it's still a very active case.
One of those calls recently came from an unlikely place. Concordia University professor Frank Rubino.
He, obviously said to me that he had some information that would, possibly be pertinent to our investigation here.
Turns out Professor Rubino had assigned students in his criminal investigations class to a cold case.
We would look at, okay, so what would you do if you're dispatched to this case?
One of his students, Dakota Bostick, is a former Taylor Police Department intern. It was Dakota's idea for the class to look into Chelsea's unsolved murder.
Just from seeing it during the internship, just passing by the boxes of material they have, that I was going to definitely bring it up in class.
The students spent the fall semester doing interviews with police and internet searches for crimes where suppressors were used or where they were stolen. That's when they learned about a gun store robbery in Jackson, Michigan that happened 6 months before Chelsea's murder.
We found a gun store robbery that involved the taking of several suppressors and several weapons. One of the suppressors that was stolen from that incident is the same caliber as the gun used in the Chelsea Small murder.
They say they also saw physical similarities between the suspect in that robbery and Chelsea's killer. Professor Rubino presented their findings to Taylor Police.
It was not new to us. Actually, that was brought to our attention within the first month of the investigation.
But Detective Schneider agrees with the students. They need to figure out who this guy is and see if he has any connection to Chelsea's murder.
We're asking the similar questions and getting to similar places as these professionals are getting.
Anytime anybody has stepped up to benefit our family, it's not taken lightly. We take it very much to heart, and we're very thankful.
In Taylor, Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.
Well, you gotta hope they're gonna get some answers to that very difficult case.
And sometimes fresh eyes, taking a look at material that has already been gathered, can be very, very helpful.
Taking a second look with some young eyes, too. Some college kids digging deep into that.